Welcome to stage 5 of La Vuelta 22. We stay in the Basque Country today with a tough stage of almost 190 kilometres between Irún and Bilbao. Jumbo-Visma have led the race since we got underway in the Netherlands on Friday, but they're not necessarily planning to keep the red jersey all the way to Madrid. Or are they? Well, it's pretty flat for the first 90 kilometres, so the pace is bound to be high as a lot of teams try to make the breakaway. The climbs all come in the second half of the stage before a fast run-in to Bilbao. Well, it took a very long time for a breakaway to form, with the riders tearing along at almost 50 kilometres an hour once the flag had dropped. Finally, after more than 70k, a group of riders broke away as they approached the first climb. 18 men eventually made it into this move, representing 16 teams.
Oh, and a big crash here. Mühlberger hitting a deck, and he's actually in the breakaway.
The best placed on GC was Rudy Mollard, 58 seconds down on Roglič, and the Frenchman was soon in the virtual lead. UAE Team Emirates didn't have a man up front until Marc Soler decided to embark on a one-man mission to bridge across. At the top of the first climb, Victor Langelotti picked up 3 points for Burgos BH. The first man from Monaco to ride a Grand Tour, he was drafted in as a last-minute replacement for Angel Madrazo. On the second of the 5 climbs, the Balcón de Vizcaya, Soler joined the front group. Alessandro De Marchi was also in the breakaway for the second day running with his Israel Premier Tech teammate Daryl Impey. Langelotti picking up another 3 points at the summit and becoming the virtual king of the mountains. Well, things had calmed down in the peloton meanwhile, with Jumbo-Visma just riding tempo on the front. Lawson Craddock was the first to make his move for Bike Exchange Jayco. Langelotti following the American over the summit and mathematically securing the polka dot jersey. The gap was still around 5 minutes heading into the final 30k as Langelotti led them over the finish line for the first time at the intermediate sprint. One of the breakaway riders would take the stage, but what about the red jersey? Well, Mollard had just 4 seconds on Fred Wright, a fast finisher for Bahrain Victorious. So Groupama FDJ played it tactically, with Jake Stewart attacking, trying to stop Wright picking up any bonus seconds on the final climb and forcing the others to chase. The British rider opened up a gap of around 40 seconds, but before the summit he was hunted down by Marc Soler, who was clearly having one of those days. The Spaniard pulling around 15 seconds clear as he flew into the descent. The 6 chasers failing to get organised and letting Wright do a lot of the work. They were eventually joined by 4 others as they swept back into Bilbao. They had Soler in their sights, but they then started to look at each other before the sprint. So would it be heartbreak inside the final kilometre?
They all look around at each other. I can't believe it, because Marc Soler somehow is going to pull this stage win out of the hat. Soler with a final flourish into the line. They start sprinting now. Is it too late? Soler looks around. He's going to celebrate his first victory for over a year. Marc Soler wins stage 5 into Bilbao, and the rest of the riders behind, led in by Impey, Fred Wright. Wow, how did they not catch him?
Soler taking victory by 4 seconds after a bit of finessing in the final. Impey won the sprint for second ahead of Wright and Mollard. With the peloton rolling home over 5 minutes later, it's Mollard who takes the red jersey, which he wore for 4 days in 2018. He leads by just 2 seconds, with Arndt and Craddock up to 3rd and 4th. Roglič is now 5th at 4 minutes and 9 seconds.